Hello YouTube, it is I. Sorry, it's a dark room. It's a dark room for a reason. I'll get into that in a little bit. I am 30 weeks pregnant today. Oh my gosh, do you know what that means? That means that literally 10 weeks or under, I'm having this child. No one is looking for me to go the full 10 weeks, so at this point I don't know how long I have. But yeah, let's do a bump date real quick. Both sides I'm wearing. You can see it under my white shirt. But anyway, yeah, there it is. Everyone keeps talking about how big I am. I think I said that in the last video, but anyway, they are. So, do I look glistening? Do I look glistening? Well, our AC broke. So we have no AC. I am in a room that doesn't have a window open or the fan on, but surprisingly enough, it is like actually as cool, if not cooler, than some of the other parts of the house. My mother-in-law is here babysitting my daughter today, and so I wasn't gonna do this video like in front of her. I thought about doing it tomorrow, but I thought it's just gonna be a quick one, or it should just be a quick one. Again, rolling over a new week is like thrilling, and like I'm officially 30 weeks. Like we're in it. Like when you're 20 something weeks, like it's exciting. Every week is so exciting, and it's huge. But when you're 30 weeks, like it's like 30, 31, 32, 30, obviously. But if you're pregnant, like you get it, you know. And my daughter was born at 36 weeks, so we don't know when this one's coming, but we will see. So yeah, it's just like very exciting. So we did the bump date. So I always start with symptoms. I'm talking quiet just in case. I mean, there's like a lot of air moving around in here, so I don't know, but not in here, but out there. Anyway, so yeah, so symptom wise, I would say it's all pretty much the same. I did go on the iron supplements, but I haven't been taking them like I should because it's like hard to get in that regimen because I can't take everything at once. So it's kind of difficult. But anyway, so yeah, like that is affecting me a little bit. Also, I know third trimester affects you a little bit in like that area, maybe a little constipation, you know, stuff like that. Iron just makes it worse. So I need to get better about taking my iron, and then maybe I'll just start drinking prune juice or something like that, you know. So, you know, and it's just a wonderful time for our air conditioning to go out when you're 30 weeks pregnant. It's great. Actually, it's not bad. My husband went out and got a little portable unit, put it in the bedroom. We've been doing pretty good. Actually, it went out on Friday and it cooled down around here over the weekend. Last week, it was in the 90s with high humidity. So the heat index would be like 110. Something like that. But then over the weekend, it dropped quite a bit. We had a lot of humidity. So right now, we have a small standing AC unit in our bedroom. And we have 3 fans going. And we have a dehumidifier going. It's just, you know, it's okay though. It's okay. We're resilient people. We'll be all right. It's just a matter of getting it fixed, which is obviously out of our control. It's a little difficult, so we'll see. Speaking of the AC going out and the humidity, things like that, I am experiencing some swelling. It's still nothing outrageous. I'm still very proud of it. We were at a family event yesterday, and I noticed I had more swelling in my ankles and my feet, and my ankles were hurting a lot. I am still having some lower body stuff like occasional sciatica. Also a lot of pressure and pinching and stuff like that in my lower belly. Costume change. Okay, so arguably yesterday, probably not the best day to actually try to do that video. And I was gonna totally just redo the video, but there was actually some information in there already. So here we are. I'm just gonna finish the video. You'll have to pardon me. We still are without AC, and there is just like no good thing to wear. I'm trying to keep all my clothes like thin. I want flowy. This is super tight. But I like as thin as possible, you know, right down to the undergarments, thin. And as it turns out, my maternity clothes that I bought with my daughter because I was still working in an office, largely, like nothing I have breathes. Nothing. It's all like dress clothes, and even the non-dress clothes, I guess because it's maternity, they're like stretchy, which is great and it's comfortable, but like nothing breathes. So this is my recommendation to the internet. If you have like any kind of clothing company, first of all, please come out with a maternity line that is affordable, because you only wear the clothes for like a small amount of time. Also, make them breathable. Come on. Come on. Anyway, so yeah, without AC, and it's been an adventure, and I actually have another story, I have another video on that. So I don't even recall where I was at. I rewatched the video that I did yesterday. I don't recall where I was at, but basically, I do remember I left off talking about like pinching in my lower belly, and I do have that. And pinching is probably not even the word. There's just like a lot of pressure. It's just discomfort, I guess. You know, your third trimester is gonna be uncomfortable. It just is. And that's okay. Like, I expect it. I'm sure anyone who goes into a pregnancy pretty much expects some uncomfortable times, you know, in your third trimester. That's gonna be it. 100 degrees in July where I live is gonna make it, without AC, that's gonna make it more uncomfortable. But anyway, so you know, you just try to get through or whatever. What I will tell you is I've been seeing this. I didn't do it with my daughter at all. I hadn't heard of it or seen it or anything, but I've been seeing this hack for quite a while, essentially like probably a year after I had my daughter. I was seeing it a lot. And that is to use KT tape on your belly. I blacked out, I guess, and forgot that. I even bought some earlier on in this pregnancy because I knew I wanted to try it. And, you know, the other thing about maternity clothes is not only the fact that they don't really breathe, or at least what I have doesn't really breathe. And it's either really loose and makes you look funny, it's not made right, or it's really tight. And then you have like comfort. So like, I love the pants and shorts and stuff that come like up here. You have the band. I love that. And I know you can fold it down, but you're not getting away from any layers. So you have layers of clothes on. And then belly bands are wonderful, and I have been utilizing my belly band, but they also add another layer. It's insulated, like it's high, you know. So I'm like, okay, this morning I was like, the KT tape, I'm trying it because I need some support, you know. So I have been trying it today. I feel like it is helping big time. I feel like it's helping. So I'll report back on that later, just to like give it more time with using it and see what I think about it, and just see, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it all goes. So anyway, yeah, the other thing that I have noticed, and I may have mentioned this in the last video, sleep is becoming increasingly difficult. And by sleep, I mean really anything to do with the bed itself. And some of it might be like our sleeping situation, like how we have our bedroom set up, how our bed is made. Like, it could just be a number of things. But I'm 5 foot tall. And so I'm basically a potato, you know. I'm basically a potato right now. And I have my pregnancy pillow in bed because without it, I will just go right on my back in my sleep and not even know, or wake up, and like that could be a no-no. That could be a bad deal. And so the pregnancy pillow really, to me, it just helps me keep off of my back. It does offer some support, but I don't fit in it properly right now. I could go on and on, but anyway, just the act of getting in and out of bed and the act of turning and, you know, waking up and turning myself over is difficult. I try not to be on my right side very often for very much or whatever at all, because it's best to be on your left side, and that is true. But I did see or hear whatever that it's okay to be on your right side some. Where with my daughter, I was just on my left side. With this time, no. This time I've got to rotate. And so, but any of that, any of the movement that is required from me in my bed at night is difficult. You know, if my daughter wakes up in the middle of the night and needs tended to, you know, if my dog kind of goes berserk. So my dog's really freaked out by the 4th of July. It's her least favorite holiday, right? Fireworks and stuff. Absolutely hates it. She's skittish, real bad skittish for like a whole week. And she just, yeah, I don't know. She becomes very dramatic, and that's fine. I love her, and then she's worth it. But it just a lot of times makes for more sleepless nights, and I'm up with like the kid and the dog and like all this different stuff, and it's just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of activity for me, struggling with getting in and out of bed or finagling myself in this pregnancy pillow at all. It's just a lot. So I would say heartburn is the number one like symptom that I'm struggling with very much. And I would say anything to do with like the nighttime routine, ritual, whatever you want to call it, of like bedtime for me, like it's the worst. That's the worst thing I have to do right now. It's just, you know, because I just noticed that the last couple of weeks I've noticed almost like a downshift in a car. I've noticed that it's like, oh, like my body is now being caught up with, like I'm struggling more with certain mobility types. I'm not having immobility at all. Like I'm not, but it is more of a struggle than it was. You know, being on my feet for any amount of time does start to put a strain on my ankles, and I can feel that, and it's uncomfortable, and I want to sit down. If I'm continually walking, I'm okay, but if I'm standing for like basically any amount of time, I'm not okay. And so I'm just noticing things, you know. But I really can't say that there's any like other symptomy type things really. Nothing new really going on. I mentioned the iron supplements and how I need to get better about that, and that's absolutely true. Aside from that, like, I don't think there's really anything new necessarily in the world of being 30 weeks. It's just that you're very much in your 3rd trimester and your body's changing like rapidly. Like your baby's putting on weight, therefore things are heavier, things are like more room is being taken up in your body. So you might have some things pinched off or squished or, you know, whatever like that. Pressure is there, you know, urinating way more, you know, like I'm going to the bathroom, I feel like a lot. I'm a person who goes to the bathroom very, very frequently anyway. But definitely now I'm going like so much more. So, other than that, I'm thinking that's it. As far as the baby, it's still the same type of movements. If you've been following along, this is not a big kicker. My daughter was this like, she was just trying to fight her way out of the womb, I think, for most of my pregnancy. Like lots of really strong kicks, clawing me, you know, from the inside, lovely things like that. This one is like more laid back about stuff like that. She kind of tickles me along my belly line down at the bottom. She tickles me. I get a lot of rolling and sudden like flips, or, you know, and like there is kicking, and it's mostly up here. I think she's head down because the kicking is mostly like in this area here. And so I do think that she is head down and there is kicking, but they're not like violent kicks, you know what I mean? They're just like doom, doom, she's making her presence known, which is great. I love to feel it, but it's not when people are like expecting to put their hand on your belly for 30 seconds and it's like, well, why isn't she kicking? She's more elusive than that. Where my daughter, you put your hand on my belly, you're gonna feel a kick pretty much almost every single time. This one isn't as much that way. But it's like, otherwise I don't know that I've noticed anything like new with her really. Just, I think that, you know, I know I haven't dropped for pregnancy, I mean for labor I haven't dropped, but I do think we've lowered, because I feel like at first, like, everything was sitting way high. So I do think there's been some lowering. And with that comes a lot of the new positional things that I'm feeling with the baby. And then also it comes a lot of the uncomfortable things that I'm feeling in my lower belly. And that's where that KT tape, the athletic tape, whatever, is like, it's coming in handy because it's like supporting that lower part of my belly. Not fully, it's not like a brace that's gonna take you from, this is up a little bit, but it's not gonna take me from here to like here. And it's not gonna like hold all that up, but it does provide like some support, which is really great. So I don't know, I recommend that. That's something to try. I think that's all really I have to say as far as the 30-week update. Just very excited, you know, as I was saying, just like 10 weeks or under, probably under. Everybody's looking for me to be under that 10-week mark. So it's just a matter of time. If I went the same amount of time that I went with my daughter, which we're hoping not, we're hoping I go a little longer than that. But I would only have 6 weeks left if that would be the case. So we'll just kind of see like where things lead, where things go. I'm still trying to get ready for the baby, but I do have like the bulk of it done. In one way, but in another way, it feels like I have absolutely so much more to go. Like I have so much more to buy, which sounds kind of weird because I already had a daughter and now I'm having another daughter, and like, why do you need that much more? It's not like preparing for your first child, but it is still a lot to purchase. It's still a lot to get ready. And again, as I've mentioned in the past, I have always disposable diapered my daughter. The plan is to cloth diaper this baby, and you need like so much crap for that. And I'm like, I have a dent in it, but I probably have like, it feels like I have so much more to go, you know? As far as anything else, next Tuesday, I think. Next Tuesday is my doctor's appointment. It's my first 2-week appointment. So, you know, I will be 31 weeks then, so I'll do an update, you know. I'll probably just do like a doctor's appointment update and a weekly update then, so I won't have my weekly update out on time. I'll be like in the middle of the week. But, because here's what I think. I think that next doctor's appointment, my doctor is gonna tell me he wants me to have another ultrasound. Let's see. I'm gonna put this out here now. I think he's gonna tell me that he wants me in at 30, well, I would say 34 weeks, but I bet he says 33 because that's when my next doctor appointment after that is. So I bet he says that he wants me in at 33 weeks for a growth scan. I bet he does. Which takes me to something else, and then I'm going to let you go. But I really don't want this. I don't want this baby coming as early as my daughter did. I want her to stay in. I want her to develop. I don't want any concerns, you know. And I know the longer they can stay in, the better. I don't have any feelings whether this one's going to come early or not. I do kind of want her to come a little bit early on her own because I really don't want to be looking at an induction. And what I'm afraid of, this doctor has mentioned my size in passing, but not in respect of the baby. And my last doctor was very worried about it. I don't want them to deem me like too small and then want to induce me early, like at 38 weeks or something. That's my concern. So like, I kind of would like her to come around 38 weeks if possible, maybe. Like, I don't know. I don't want that to start to be the discussion, you know? But we'll see how it all plays out. I'm not going to stress out about anything now, but I will see. I think he's going to tell me next week he wants me in for a growth scan. So we'll see. And very, very soon I'll be doing the hospital bag video. I'm very excited about the hospital bag video. I've mentioned it in like the past, I don't even know how many videos, but I've been working on it for a while. And so I'll be sharing that. And I don't remember if I have any other like upcoming videos in mind necessarily. But anyway, I don't know. Just stay tuned. Subscribe, and then you can find out if I have any other videos coming up or not. All right, well, thanks for joining me and my big fat belly and in my AC-free home. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.